that doesn't describe Malaysia, right?
Negaraku.
How's everyone doing? Okay, I follow a few people on YouTube, and one of them is Beau of the Fifth Column. And I came across this video talking about the 14 characteristics of a fascist government and the 10 stages of it. Now, first of all, a definition of a fascist government. A governmental system led by a dictator having complete power, forcible suppressing opposition and criticism, regimenting all industries, commerce, and etc., and emphasizing on an aggressive nationalism and often racism. So when watching this video, it seemed rather familiar. I've cut it down to 4 minutes, and I really want you to watch it.
So I'm going to list 14 characteristics of a certain kind of government. Just so you know, this was written in 2003. First of which is powerful and continuing displays of nationalism. You know, picture flags on everything. Very patriotic slogans. The next is a disdain for human rights. Identifying enemies and scapegoats. Us and them. Those illegals, we got to know who the bad people are. Right? Supremacy of the military. In these regimes, even if there are widespread problems at home, the military receives a ridiculous portion of the budget. Rampant sexism. The other thing that's interesting is that in this category also is included discrimination against gays and opposition to abortion. Control of the mass media is really important to these kinds of regimes. Maybe suggesting that there's a state-run news outlet to counter all the fake news. There's an obsession with national security, and this is more about governing through fear. We got to tell you who to be afraid of, so we can tell you we're going to protect you from them, and you'll give us your rights in order to do that. That's what it's about. The blending of religion and government. Corporate power and government are blended, not just protected. And this would be, you know, the privatization of government functions, and an obsession with the corporate well-being. Labor suppression, a disdain for intellectuals and the arts. I love uneducated voters. An obsession with crime and punishment, because you want to punish those you feel that are doing something illegal. Cronyism and corruption. I'm fairly certain that nepotism would fall under that. And then the last one is fraudulent elections. Most of the time this is accomplished through judicial review and gerrymandering. These are the 14 characteristics of fascism. There's never been a fascist regime in history that did not go through these 10 stages. The first of which is classification. That's where you divide them up. Us and them, good guys and bad guys. The next is symbolization, where we define them by other terms. You know, not people, but illegals. Maybe come up with other terms to use them for, and we create a mascot for them, a boogeyman to scare everybody with. Next is discrimination, and that is where we start to deny their rights. Now, historically, this is done through legislation. We're just saying, oh, they don't have them because they're illegal. The next is dehumanization. The next stage is organization, and that's where the militias start to pop up, and you see a lot of replacements in government positions, shaking things up, and there's a lot of times it's a decentralized network that pulls this stuff together. Then there's polarization, and that's where you have hate groups start to emerge and become very vocal, and they mainstream these ideas. Then we get to preparation, and this is more mental preparation of you, where they start using terms like purifying the nation. Well, they won't assimilate. They're not really part of us, are they? We've got to do something about it. And then we get to persecution. The next step, the next stage is extermination. The stage after that is denial. And right now there's people saying, you know, we're not going to commit genocide. That's ridiculous. Maybe. But genocide, like the term ethnic cleansing, is misunderstood. Genocide doesn't just mean mass killings. It's not what it means. Like ethnic cleansing and genocide are not interchangeable terms. Ethnic cleansing could be renaming street signs. There's the common usage and then there's the legal term.
Okay, the link to Beau, the fifth column, is in the link below, so you can watch the full video. It's over there. But that doesn't describe Malaysia, right? I don't know. We don't live in a fascist government, don't we? Pendatang.